Hi, welcome to my talk, AI Enablement for Scrum Masters. Actually, I hold this talk this afternoon, but accidentally I did not broadcast on YouTube. Luckily, I have a record of it, that's why I'm going to broadcast it now, but you're not going to see the video pictures of me, you're just going to see the presentations and can follow the dialogue. It was part of my Agile Coaching Europe Meetup. If you want to know more about these meetups, just look down in the description. And for more content, don't forget to subscribe it. And tell me in your comments how you enabling AI teams, how you enable teams using AI technology. Let me know. I'm going to reply. I'm going to be happy about it and have a lot of fun in watching this video recorded session.
And I did not check if I added AI meetings notes yet. I see we have a lot of guests so far, at least 10. When I was preparing this, I was actually checking off how much people are interested in this meetups in the online version and how much we are getting. And I already got some feedback regarding new talks. People are interested to talk also. So maybe we're gonna have more talks here, and I'm gonna share my screen, so we can have a bit look at it. The idea for this talk came regarding two things. I checked like Scrum.org provided new AI essentials for product owners and Scrum Masters. I want to give a short overview about that again. And I recently organized a course for Scrum Masters and had teams with more AI stuff, and actually observed a lot how people were working with AI. So I decided to share some learnings about it. I prepared the talk with AI and I was not on time. So I just finished it during lunch break today. But we're going to see some interesting insights. And we're going to have a discussion afterwards. I planned like 20 minutes for the talk. So I'm going to start. And afterwards, we make a short chill and meet and experience exchange. So how did Scrum Master start? And I started in about 2010 to be a Scrum Master. And the first start was facilitating the Scrum events face-to-face. At that time, face-to-face was still, or being on-site, physical and haptic stuff like post-its were still the most common shit. It was actually a bit more don't use tools so much, and a bit more get together in real person. It was mostly about building team collaborations on site. If you have people like Richard Sheridan, they promoted a direct voice communication where everybody is in one room. We had like war rooms where teams were sitting together, no email policies, and a lot of physical task notes and sticky notes. Sometimes I even do it as well today, and I think it's useful. And we had like legal serious play and other stuff. And the focus was on people in the physical room. Actually, to do Scrum with distributed teams was an extra challenge, but Scrum was more about getting together again. It changed dramatically. I think it was maybe the first revolution of AI was during the 2020 years. We all know why. From one day to another, everybody was going remotely, almost 100%. And that redefined collaboration a lot. And we still not figured completely out how collaboration is done today. So the Scrum Master role changed from just enabling the meetings, but also get the people working with new technology, get them working with remote facilitation. It was there before. I worked with TeamSpeak with distributed teams. I had teams working in ICQ so for years, but that was like the major technology Swift. In Dutch we would say doorbraak, so where everybody began to using it. We needed the digital collaboration platform, and it was like the most used technology. Miro, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, a Scrum Master and to master this, and also enable other people to use it. The next revolution is Scrum Master with AI. And I covered myself. I actually did the same stuff. I was holding a retrospective, and as a Scrum Master, I was like then a bit fancy. And what I did was created some posters with seagulls on, because the project was in Kiel in Germany. It is near the sea, so they became my mascots and kind of creativity tool. Actually, I advanced the Scrum Master job with using AI, but is there more to do as a Scrum Master in like generating your retrospective pictures with a generative picture engine? Actually, this is a lot of fun, very placative, standard retrospective topic, but enhanced with AI, a bit more creative. But what can we do and what should we do, like in the AI world? Which challenges do we cover as a Scrum Master? And the original mission of a Scrum Master was someone who helps people to collaborate better in evolving machines. Like most teams, Scrum teams were building machines. Either they were programmers, software, or I even had some teams in hardware creation, hardware development. Well, the AI evolution or revolution, as some people say, is like we should also have people to work together with machines, because the machine is not longer a thing only being produced by humans, but also producing stuff itself. And that's the main shift in how AI has impact on the Scrum Master. And we're going to look a bit more deep inside. What does it also mean? Today, everyone is an AI user, and people say like AI will not replace people, but people who are not using AI will be replaced. We have like Scrum Masters and Agile coaches, just optimizing your workflows, create your retrospective with ChatGPT, simple and easy AI usage. We have like product owners refining their backlog, drafting stories, or doing strategic planning, and doing AI just on the personal level, or trainers, facilitators like me today, creating this. Actually, this slides were created with Gemini, and also structured, and some nano banana pictures. So almost everyone is using AI, even even people outside of IT use it. What's the learning phase one? It's mostly the solitary tool phase, like a Scrum Master using ChatGPT to create its retrospective, a product owner writing stories, just prompting them inside GPT or Gemini, or maybe Claude, or whatever he is using. First step was like basically replacing the Google search. When I look back, also from my times as developers, I had people standing behind me and asking me why I research everything I program, or why I do so much. And actually, developers were using a lot of Stack Overflow to search on, find all the stuff. Now that got replaced by AI, and that was the first step. And the first step was not transparent at all, or most people were not transparent. There were no rules in using AI. People were intent to hiding it, because it first seems like cheating work. So that was like mostly the phase one. But I think we are somewhere people, it works like this. I know organizations, they have no policy, they have no sharing culture on how to use AI, and even they have restrictions on using AI. What happens is developer takes his mobile and researching stuff on his local installed LLM, or whatever he uses. So what is the second phase? And that's what we do. Like, we have the personal use in silos, but with personal GPT accounts, private isolated prompts, individual workflows, offline experiments, even like developers were installing all own LLMs if they don't have. Next one. We are mostly getting to the second phase, and the second phase brings a lot more transparency. And for this, it comes back to our position as a Scrum Master. We have the 3 pillars of Scrum, and which are also useful in Agile and also reflected in the Agile workflows with transparency, inspection, and adaptation. And by making things transparent and AI uses transparency, what is everybody using? We create also opportunity for inspection to others, opportunity for inspection about improvements, about security issues, and for learning. Learning is really impossible, and that's the most benefit of like making the AI uses transparent. As a Scrum Master, we don't need that deep specific knowledge about it. We can just create, for example, an AI usage community, involve people there. They should discuss about the topics. They should define rules themselves. We go back to our main skill as a facilitator and just make the people collaborate together and find out how they do stuff. And that's something we should remain always on AI usage, like the 3 pillars of Scrum, the values, inspection, adaptation, and transparency. And that's it's leading through success. Even it's like it was defined ways before AI became so popular. It helps us also in this topic. But then we need to scale AI to the team, and we need to bring it out. It could be that shared learning practices. By transparency of AI usage, we engage people to talk about it. We can engage people to learn from each other. It could be shared prompt libraries. So we can just create a log of what everybody is using, or share best practices, share like a common gem, a common notebook on Gemini, and use the collaboration features of the platforms if we use them, or even like build own platforms. Unified team standards, and we should have like shared communities, because using AI is a skill, and we as facilitators should engage knowledge growth through our organization. So actually, this phase, this one was still physical, the team before, and the next one, this is my first AI picture of this team and presentation. The other Lego figures are still in my Lego room, and this one, became AI. We see the AI generated stuff applying here. The first trap, and actually when I had my Scrum Master course, I have a popular exercise, this like create user stories for a WhatsApp clone. And what you can do with AI is just go to ChatGPT in this example and say, write me 50 user stories for WhatsApp clone, and split them into 7 sprints. You don't even need to write to spell it right to do it. And actually, you got a lot of stories. I've seen this in real projects. So people were creating a lot of user stories just using AI, but stopped thinking about it. AI was just used to generate or enhance content, but humans come in the trap. There's no one who can ever read it. People sending emails to each other. One says, write this down, and the next one says, hey, can you conclude it for me? And it's like the first AI trap, that people stop thinking themselves and create too much stuff with AI. And I even covered that in the Scrum Master course. I had like exercises, and the first approaches were like people were creating too much stuff nobody was ever read, and they didn't even understand themselves. So the first approach I would change when using AI is the think first approach. Like, take more time to analyze the structure and what you really want. And that could be embedded in in also our team process. If we have a planning meeting and our product owner is only creating AI user stories, he doesn't understand themselves anymore, and just creating a lot of text for everybody to read, it might not have that big value. We should get to approach where maybe the product owner thinks what we need, and we use AI as a tool to execute the story generation, which might be input for other AI to write code, or for tests, or even for programmers to do it. That's like the approach I swifted during this course, and I promoted it as a principle for the people. Think first what you want to do, and then think how AI can help you, and then let AI do the job. And actually spending more time in this is highly beneficial in how people adopt it to do it. That also means like detach from AI, like not only be stuck to AI users, but think what they can do to you. Also keep the good disciplines on, like having AI as assistants for user meetings, like writing down, summarizing a daily is highly beneficial with AI. I've seen teams doing desynchronized dailies with AI. So we had like 2 dailies in a multi-time zone team, and they were sending a summary. It was creating transparency. It was useful for them and gave them advantage. Also, automation is very a key success factor, let's say, and also don't lose your discipline, like having collaborative workshops and have effective human discussion. Even in the age of AI, it became useful. First more like define the goal and see how AI can help you solving this and reach it. There's also the problem of governance versus autonomy, and that's where I wear a helmet skating around somewhere in Holland. You can provide AI platforms to people and having restrictions and rules, but that even comes of the cost of team autonomy. So as more you provide, as less autonomy there is. But for some reasons, it is useful to provide like a governed AI platform or governed AI service, like limited to one cloud or limited to on-premise solutions. If you're in high restricted environments, it's you don't want people having shadow IT using ChatGPT on their mobile phone just to have an easier job, because you don't provide your own techniques, and then they maybe spread confidential information about banking, medics, defense, whatever you work in. So it's good to provide kind of governance, but comes with tests with the charge of team autonomy. A team where high restrictions are inside the organization cannot use the most recent AI models they find themselves. It's like trade-off, payoff. You need to decide in which business you are working in. And experience exchange is highly beneficial. As a Scrum Master, you need to foster that. You transform almost into AI knowledge facilitator, because this is at the moment the most recent tool everybody's using. The platform came interesting. If you run a platform, it's a bit similar to the DevOps movement for me. At the beginning, like people were just doing DevOps stuff, automizing their development environments, automizing their deployments, and there was mostly no that big governance on it. But with the time, the things approached like platform teams, like common standards inside companies, providing more and more services, more development platform as a service. And with AI, this approach is also there. So I've been working for a company in pharma, and they were actually providing big new AI platform for other teams as a service. So they don't need to think about their data security, about which vendor to buy in. It all comes with benefits and also profits. And I think, especially for people new in, to prevent them making failure, having not that much experience themselves, a lot of services provided by the company and selected by the company are pretty beneficial for AI adaptation. Yeah, the principle from inspect and adapt stays with AI, and you need to make it possible. You need to implement the feedback cycles. With AI, the usual process is at some points, a bit different, because the iterative process is, if you use generative AI and some stuff, you create something, it's pretty cheap, the first creation. To adapt this becomes more expensive, or it's harder to do. For example, if I do these images, I often throw things away and recreate it again. Creating this presentation took like 3 minutes. Changing it took like 20 minutes. So the cycle is some point a bit different. I would say like do, learn, and do again is at this point cheaper than stay with the result and inspect it. Also, stay practical experimentation is sometimes better than long complex analysis, but you need to be aware. Maybe you throw your experiment away and you do a new one with the learnings. One main problem is creation with AI is that easy. To produce content, pictures, text, requirements, tests, you can just get a lot of it. Like this Lego picture would have taken me hours to build it in physics, but using AI, it just took seconds, and I could have created 50, 60 more in almost the same amount of time. So we need to focus on the problem that generation is at cheap, and we stay with same costs in adaptation, in validation, and that stuff. So it does not solve all our problems, just to generate a lot of stuff. Automation helps, and this is from a project I actually did myself, where I did not automate enough, and this talk, somebody might know it. It's on my YouTube channel called the Bannon Project. And maybe I'm going to continue it. It's a video mini-series of an AI development team. But at the moment, I stopped at the automatization part. Because if you do stuff manually, also with AI, it costs you still a lot of time. As more you automate, as cheaper your experiments are. So automation is one key. What does AI for the Scrum Masters mean? And there's a lot of, I got three sections you also can do. I did it with like product owners. You can simulate stakeholders with AI. I did it for reviews as an experiment. So having some AI to watch you and actually see your review, see your product generate feedback for you. It's only the AI feedback, but not really a person feedback, but at least you get something. You can use it in the area of goal refinement, like drafting description, user stories, create backlogs, keeps them organized. And also you can use it in the area of team feedback. Today, it's pretty easy, get an AI watching you daily and see who's not talking. Track speaker times, generated, having feedback on the sprint, find optimizations. That's something which is doable, and there are already a lot of problems. So that are the different things in direct Scrum Master work. Also, retrospective, I would call in team feedback. So the retrospective by AI also gives you a new field of working. Yeah. What should you need as Scrum Master? And this is about more. It's not highly deep in, but it's on the surface. You should have a broad knowledge of AI tools. You should know the most famous models. You should know what you can do on cloud, what you can do on premise, and maybe use them yourself. So I even use Claude Code or Cursor to create some stuff, know how to program. Because for me, it's interesting. You need to know the facilitation methods, means like how to use AI safer within the team, how to facilitate knowledge, how to embrace learning. And you need to process integration. Embed AI directly into your agile process, like reading user stories, reading sprint metrics, following your dailies, following your presentations, to provide the team feedback. That's for me, it's the three fields. And yeah, to come back to my start, like we have like the 2010 Scrum Master who facilitated teams. Of the 2020 was more into remote collaboration, the next evolution, big one. And we have the 2026 Scrum Master, and this means also make the teams work efficiently with AI. So the future isn't AI first. It keeps on like people, it keeps on thinking, but AI is a new tool, and we as a Scrum Master embrace learning for the tool. And that's my vision on AI, how to improve things and what you should do as a Scrum Master. Now, yeah, let's step to discussion. And I would like to know your experience. Where did you use AI as a Scrum Master, and especially how did your teams learn or collaborate on doing it? So, who's there and wants to say something? I hope everyone can speak. Ah,
Maybe I can go first.
yes.
First of all, thank you, John, for the presentation so far. It was great and really helpful and insightful. I would say that I mostly use AI as a Scrum Master in retrospectives and to maybe personalize questions and be more precise in when we're looking back at the sprint that we just closed. So that's where AI really helps me out.
Which tools were you using in retrospectives?
Either whiteboard or Miro board is where we have our retrospectives. And the AI tools I use most often Gemini Enterprise.
Okay, so you create content in Gemini and put it on the Miro board.
Exactly, exactly.
Did you try out the Miro AI functions yet?
Not yet, not yet. I'm looking forward to exploring that.
Anyone here tried them out yet? I tried them once and they were like awful. Sometimes it seems all the tools include AI, but it wasn't even able to create me like a simple post-its. But maybe I did it wrong, and maybe other people have more positive ones. So what did the others do? What's your experience on AI?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
What's your experience on enabling the teams to use AI from your Scrum Master positions?
So far, there was no pushback, but I try to go step by step with encouraging to enable AI usage amongst colleagues and amongst people within the team as their Scrum Master. So
Okay.
It's a kind of slow process, I think.
Of the others who used AI as enhancement for your dailies?
We didn't incorporate AI still in the dailies. I am looking into automating things in the Jira board for our team, but so far it's still in the making in that phase.
Okay. Yes, Rodriguez, Nelson.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, John, for this presentation. And well, so my teams, so these are software developers. They actually work with AI, so I don't have much to teach them. But throughout the company, there's been this big initiative in upskilling the colleagues, including myself, in using AI, right? So in that regard, well, I tried to also promote it, right? So using it myself and then sharing the knowledge with the colleagues. There is one interesting use case that has like 2 years already. That is a tool that we have that when a story is created, it gives some hints on whether it's well written, if the acceptance criteria is concrete, if it's smart, right? So yeah, that's one interesting use case that some teams are already using it. There are also some initiatives to help the Scrum Masters to get the status of the tasks and creating sprint summaries or supporting on the events booking. This initiative, I have I don't have much hope there, because I don't think we spend that much time. Well, at least I don't spend that much time on those things, and we have already tools like Jira or Azure DevOps that already provide us some of these things. But yeah, this is my experience, and currently I'm trying to use more to get some metrics, or to read and get some more insights about metrics that I gather from the team, like the time that we spent on each stage of our workflows, things like that.
Cool. Is anyone actually having teams creating AI products or AI platforms?
Yeah, so my teams, they are creating product solutions based on AI. For example, so there are teams that work with, they receive requests from customers on email, and AI can better understand what is the intention and categorize those emails and put them on a ticket platform, right? And yeah, it can improve the accuracy of that effort that currently in some teams is manual, right? Someone needs to read the email, understand what the user wants, and then go to some platform and create a ticket there with the information. So yeah.
We also have feedback from Tanya, who used AI as a who used AI for transcribing dailies because she didn't want to stand up at 3 a.m. to have the other time zone team, which seems pretty useful. And she says it's better than nothing, but not as good in being there all the time themselves. And Anne-Marie Kong, you use Miro Sidekick. Would you like to tell us something about, or just read the text?
Yeah, it worked pretty well. It was good at consolidating information. We still need to review it because sometimes it may not get it all accurate in terms of like the meaning that we had when we collaborated as a team. So from our team collaboration, it was able to help synthesize and consolidate because we had all the stickies and everything on the Miro board. So I gave it the frame of the content that I wanted it to generate to help consolidate the information. So I didn't have to spend the time trying to consolidate all together. So it was able to quickly do that. And then I reviewed it to ensure that the accuracy of the meaning, the intent that we had, what we meant, was reflected within the content that was generated. So I did make edits straight after, right? And also that the tonality, right? Like the tone, like the spirit and the tone, the cultural element in it is accurately reflected as well, right? So I made sure that those elements were reflected after I did the consolidation. So it helped reduce I want to say a lot of the not manual, but like the labor intensive work that it would have taken to consolidate all that information together. It's great at doing that. And as humans, we still need to have that oversight in being able to ensure that our accuracy of meaning is there, the tonality. So this is where like the governance aspect comes in, right? We can't just like take whatever the tool gives us and just run with it, right? We're having that human oversight is what I would say.
Okay. So, any more experience with your teams? I would like to thank you all, and I have more Agile summer session coming up next week. I did it myself as well. Will do it myself as well if we do not find another speaker who want to talk about AI essentials for product owners, which will also focus on Scrum.org's new certification, PSPO AI, and I already got some interesting talks. People who asked me for a talk. If you have a talk for Agile Coaching Europe, our Agile summer sessions, you're pretty welcome. I will close the stream and the recording now. So thank you for watching, and don't miss to subscribe for those who are watching the stream. And we can have a bit chill and meet. I see no one picked up the camera. Maybe we can switch it now in the unpublic path and have some more AI talk. And the other ones, check our meetup group. It's Agile Holland and Agile Coaching Europe. So we can meet there again.
So thanks for watching the AI Enablement for Scrum Master session. See you next meetup. See you on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to write your experience in the comments.